Hey all, and welcome to We're Hunting. My name is Tim. I have something special for you today. It is the return to the place that I had the strangest encounter of my life in the bush. Yeah, bush noise is all I've heard since I've got here. But as you can see, this is the track that leads to the place I seen what we thought, or what me and my son thought, could have been a Yowie, or Bigfoot, you know, as in, we in Australia here, we call them Yowies. This is the first time I've been back here by myself. You know, you can tell I'm a little bit on edge, because it was midday when this thing had decided to show itself. So where it happened is about hold on a second. Heard a little bit of noise down in there. That could be anything. You know, there's bush turkeys and everything up here. But yeah, here we go. So we were just walking along here, talking about a house that was getting built, just minding our own business, you know, just cruising along. And it wasn't until we got up this hill a little bit around the bend just here that it started happening. This is a car that a big red belly black snake. Sorry, I'm checking up on my words a little bit. Was hiding itself out one day, gave us a bit of a fright. It's not here right now, so that's a good thing. Let's just keep moving. Alright, so we were walking up this hill and it sounded like a person, a big person, walking up through the shrub over here from down this gully just here. It sounded bipedal. It was definitely walking on two legs. We're just walking along, and when we were walking and stopping, it was walking and stopping with us. So it was a little weird. My son had heard the footsteps at first, and I was like, oh yeah, I can hear that, but I couldn't see nothing. So I sort of just shrugged it off. Then we kept walking, you could hear it again. And yeah, that's when I turned and looked to my left, just up around this. And yeah, then I seen it walk behind two gum trees and then step a foot outside on the other side of the gum tree, and it was gone just like that. Just a bloody, oh. This is a bit of a hike. Not as big as the hike though we did with Burnsy Bros Paranormal there the other night. But yeah, nonetheless, it's a little bit of a hike. We're not that far from civilization here. It's about just under a K away. So it's not the craziest. But you can see there's a gully just down in here. It goes all the way up to about there, around this corner here, and that's when we heard this thing. But to about now, we would have been just up around these two trees just here when we first heard its footsteps. As you can probably tell, it is fairly covered. So if you were to hear anything up here, it'd be pretty hard to see at times. But here we go. So this is where it would have started. We first heard its footsteps as we were walking up here, and it was just down in here. As you can see, you would not be able to see a thing because of that gully just there. So anyway, we're coming up on the corner where we would have crossed paths with it. So here we go. So we heard it the second time, and it would have probably only been like 15 to 20 meters in there. You can see those trees just there. I remember the split of the gum tree just there. And here we go. This gum tree just here. I remember that one too. And it was walking in that direction. So here we go. We've got the track just up here. And this is where we would have seen it. Right through there. Just gonna spot that gum tree on the camera. Hold up. That one, just there. Straight through there, and it's gone up that way and just vanished on the other side of the tree. At this point, we would have come up around this bend just here and seen it on the other end of that gum tree right there. Now it took a step out from behind that one and it was gone. We even walked up to the tree, which what I'll do right now, and just show you where this thing could have gone if it was a real thing, or an animal, or a person. It could have went down in here. There's a gully just in there. But the thing was, it was gone. So where I seen it was just in here, and I even walked in here to see if there was any tracks or anything that could lead up to where I could see it move to, and it was gone. How does a thing just go missing from here to there in the space of milliseconds? Like, it was just gone. I seen it step out and then it was gone. There's absolutely no reason for it just to disappear like that. I'm still dumbfounded to the and no, I really can't believe it. It was just probably the strangest thing that could ever happen in the Australian bush. I've heard a lot of stories where people are getting chased by these things. I didn't feel overly frightened of this thing. It didn't want to harm us. It was just walking on its merry way. Although my son was a little bit scared because, you know, he's a kid. He was only 10 years old at the time. He's now 11. Oh no, he would have been about 9 going on 10, so it's been a little while. But yeah, like I said, this is the first time I've been up here by myself since the incident. And it's not as quiet as it was when I was up here that time with my boy. But yeah, very, very strange how this thing could just, you know, just simply vanish. I thought for sure that it was a person in like a grey t-shirt or something going up towards this track the way it was up that way. But yeah, no, and I thought it might have been a kangaroo taken off down here, but you would have seen that thing bounce away. I don't get it. I really don't. But as you can see, like, there's those bent, split gum trees that I spotted. This thing was walking up through here, stomping its way through there. And now I had my cousin walked through there as well, and I was over on the track, and you could barely hear him stomping. I told him to stomp, you could barely hear it. So, I don't know, it's the weirdest thing. You could be the judge you want to be. Like I always say, you be the judge. But that day was different on so many levels. But yeah, here I am, back in the place where I'd seen this thing. So right now, I'm standing in the spot where this thing just simply vanished. Like, I even looked up the tree, I looked up, I looked everywhere, I looked around, I looked down, and there was just nothing. I just don't know how something so big, perspective, this thing would have been, in size comparison, look, from where I was standing, this thing was huge. Like, it looked like I was looking at the back of somebody's shoulders, but hair, in grey in colour, like almost as grey as the gum tree, just here, this gum tree. And it was like broad, like the shoulders were massively broad, like I'm saying, like massive. And I'm not that big, but I know people that are huge in height, and this thing, like, they fail in comparison to this thing. But yeah, no, nothing strange is happening right now, which I guess is almost a plus because I'm here by myself, and I've been trying to get a few mates to come up here and show them what had happened and where it happened, and try and get them to put it in comparison to what had happened, just to show them, you know, what exactly happened. I was here after it happened, and I was on the phone to my dad, my mum, a few of my cousins, you know, just on the spot, just trying to tell them what had happened after it happened. I didn't decide to run. I hung around, tried to rationalise the whole experience. But there's just no way to do it. And so I don't know if it was a Yowie, I don't know if it was a spirit of some sort. But all I know is, whatever it was massively huge. And I didn't miss it, not one bit. And the fact that it just decided to randomly vanish into thin air behind this little gum tree just here. Like, I'm standing in the portal right now, if there was one. And yeah, it's just crazy. But what we might do now is I'll start heading back down the track. I'll keep this on record just because, you know, you never know. The day I wasn't ready when it happened, today I am. So let's just head on back down the trail, and I'll show you a nice little spot that has a nice view over the lake that I quite like. Gotta find the track again. I think this is it. Yep, this is the one. Yeah, I don't know. Your thoughts of what it could have been, but all arrows lead to a Yowie at this point because of the size. I don't know what that was. Because of the size that it was. And yeah, it was just full of hair. I can't explain it any other way, because that's just, it was the weirdest thing that it could ever happen. But as you can see, got a little bit of the view of the lake at the moment, but we're not quite in the spot. There's a big quarry just down this little cliff here, but we'll continue on. You know, just do a natural walk through here, talking like we were that day. Obviously this isn't the exact spot, the spot's just back over that way. But, you know, we were just being a normal dad and a normal son at the time, and that thing decided to show itself. So, but as you know, Ghostly Tales hasn't been on for a little while lately. I've been quite busy. I was even too busy to come and do this. I wanted to do this a couple of days ago. But yeah, so here I am, walking up to a spot where it's quite the view of Lake Macquarie. We'll just walk down this little spot. Here we go. Look at that. Look at that view. It's quite good. Up here under the stars would be great. Here's the quarry just down in here. As you can see, it's quite a drop. But, look, honestly, what had happened that day, I can't put it into many words, but just strange happening. And yeah, I've never seen anything like it. I mean, I've had that other encounter up towards Armidale where I just heard similar footsteps in the bush, but that was at dark, you know, at night time at like 2 o'clock in the morning. And that was strange in itself. But at that point in time, I was, in my teenage years, I decided to run. But yeah, it's crazy that it's not as quiet as it was that day. You can just tell by the bird life just hanging around, whistling and carrying on. But yeah, like I said, still dumbfounded to what had happened. And that's really the only thing I could say. It was just amazingly crazy at the same time. But yeah, let me know what you think. And I think we might end it there. Finish off with the amazing view just over here of Lake Macquarie. And we'll see you all on the next one. Laters.